Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. We'll see who joins. We had a original plan to talk about grief. However, to honor Joe's feelings and just all of the different emotions that we've been experiencing this week, we decided to switch gears. Welcome to life being lived, right? And so I decided that I think what I'm going to do on this YouTube podcast live series is come back to my chakra forecast. And so I love a good chakra forecast, and I like talking about the energy. We've heard about astrology forecasts, we've heard about channeled messages, things like that. But a chakra forecast is really important because we have these chakras all throughout our body, and each of them basically governs a different part of our emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. So Binko is here demonstrating that. It's totally fine. It's all good. So what does a chakra mean? Chakra actually in Sanskrit means wheel. And so when these chakras are out of alignment, you can think of them as a clock moving backwards. And when they are in alignment, they are moving clockwise. And so we can really align these chakras through different things such as meditation, Reiki, connecting in Mother Nature, all different types of things that align to each of their energetic themes. If you've ever been to a Whole Foods, you've probably seen something chakra related. I have something right here. I have a chakra selenite wand, which basically has all of the different symbols and the different colors. And so the thing with the chakras, whether or not you even know too much about them, or if you know a lot about them, they're important because they essentially are taking in the energy of our environment. So these chakras are like these energetic vortexes, if you will, or these vacuums that are just taking on other people's moods, traffic, food, all different types of things. And so when one of our chakras is out of alignment, it can really affect us in different ways. And so what I'd like to do on YouTube, just to make it a little bit different here, because you can follow me on Instagram and Insight Timer. However, I feel really called to really bring this particular series, just something that is specific to YouTube, so that we can kind of create and build a new audience and brand from here. The other thing about this Staying Inspired series is that I really am excited to hold space, to have more people, to have more guests, and to really interview people of what inspires them. But I figured that a nice chakra forecast live each week would be really potent. And so we're going to do that right now. And so I don't even know. We have two people on here. One of them is probably Joe. I don't even know who the other person might be, but welcome if you are on here. And here is what we can expect energetically for the week of, what is it? I don't even know what date it is. What is it?
Sunday, 6/11.
Sunday, 6/11 until
6/18.
6/18, because I can't do math. So this is what we can expect from June 11th until June 18th in our chakras. So hi there, Henry. So good to see you. Okay, so we're going to start off with the grounding energy, working our way up. So the first chakra that I'm going to talk about for this week and what we can energetically expect is our root chakra, which is here. It is the base of your spine. This particular chakra is connected to the color red, my favorite color. Really interesting too is I would invite you that as I talk about these different chakras to really just see what's coming up for you and what actually is perhaps aligning for you, resonating with you, what colors you're drawn to. Naturally, I'm drawn to the color red, which really is an indication that I probably need more grounding in my life, because this particular chakra is connected to our immunity, our wellness. It is the foundation. It is the structure. It is being present. You can tell when you're out of alignment in this particular chakra, when you are perhaps worrying about the future, or you're too much in the past and you're not allowing yourself to just be fully engaged with what is just happening and what is unfolding. And so for this week, what I'm really sensing is right now the moon is actually is actually now in Aries. Now, Aries is a fire sign. It is action, it is motivation, it is directness. And so we had the moon in Pisces kind of on Friday, which a lot of us perhaps felt the energy of going inward and perhaps doing things that helped us to feel more comfy, a little bit more sensitive. So that was kind of what was happening on Friday. And now we're taking a little bit of a shift starting today with feeling this desire, if you will, to be in more of that fire energy. Like, let's get things motivated. Let's like get things moving. And so for this week of 6/11 to 6/18 in your root chakra, which is connected to that grounding energy, I'm going to invite you to rest when you can this week. I'm sensing that we're feeling a shift of like moving, but it's important to allow ourselves the space in between to rest. So whenever you can, take a moment, take a nap, do a meditation. It's going to be important that you allow yourself to use this fiery energy to move forward, but to not get burnt out. So really in the root chakra for this particular week, I'm going to invite you to rest when you can. Take moments of presence. Now, I literally just channeled these messages 10 minutes before I came onto this live. Hi there, loves. So it's so good to see you, Alicia. So this is all fresh, and this is literally what Spirit is kind of coming through from this week. So right now, you really rest when you can this week. You're going to, again, feel a sense of I'm ready to kind of get things moving forward. We're halfway through the year, but it's empowering to let yourself that space. So now we move up to the sacral chakra, which is connected to the color orange. That is our lower abdomen, our womb, and this is our creativity center. But this is where we store a lot of fears. And I mean that if we're holding and we're holding and we're storing and we're storing, then we're not making space for new. And so what I'm sensing is a lot of us have been throughout this year perhaps struggling with fears. If you've been in that space where you have felt a fear of abundance, if you have felt a fear of really putting yourself out there in relationships outside of yourself, I'd love to hear in the comments if you've just been noticing the energy of fear. Okay. If that's something that has been kind of fleeting back and forth, I'm going to really invite you for, hi there, hello there, Liz. I'm going to invite you that you allow yourself to release one fear this week. Ooh, Spirit is calling us out here. Okay. So really get clear. What is one fear that you would like to release this week? Because we've been feeling the pull to transform our fears this year and to have a little bit more hope, but we're still not quite in that flow of inspiration. And so really by just dedicating yourself this week in the sacral chakra, this is the forecast for 6/11 to 6/18, is to really think about what is one thing that now I get to be in the transformation of. The potency of transformation is that we continue to motivate and be in it without seeing the end results. One more time. The potency of transformation is that we are committed. We are in it, but we've yet to see the other side to it. All right. And so this week, don't allow yourself to maybe, just go towards a fear that is not attainable for you to release, but really thinking about what is one fear that I can truly release this week, just this week. Okay. Again, we're already there. We're literally on the cusp of releasing this fear. We're just not quite in it yet. And so I'm really sensing from Spirit, it's like, get over the hill. It's like the song from Stranger Things. What is that song? Running up that hill. What is it? It's like that song that came back that was like so popular. By the way, I'm wearing a Stranger Things sweatshirt right now. I love that show. But what is that fear? Or what is that song? It's like Running Up That Hill. By who is that by? I don't know who that's by. Listen to that song and just be like, I'm running up that hill. Okay? I'm getting rid of this fear and I'm running up that hill. So now we move up to the solar plexus chakra, which is our gut, okay? This is where we store our digestion. This is where we are literally taking in food, but also digesting life. And this is a really interesting chakra. It's connected to the color yellow, like the sun. And so this particular chakra is your connection to yourself. This particular chakra is the connection to yourself. Okay. And so what I'm sensing from spirit is that a lot of us are dreaming up different things, desires that we have. And so what I'm going to really invite you to do this week is to allow yourself the experience of inspiration. When was the last time that you allowed yourself to truly be inspired for just you? When's the last time you've taken yourself, if you love art, to an art exhibit? When is the last time that you have perhaps allowed yourself to create a playlist that really just, running, thank you, Liz, that really just like motivates you and keeps you going? That's what I'm talking about here. When is the last time that you've just allowed yourself to go to the beach and watch a moonrise, or to get up and watch a sunrise? That's not happening for me, but I will watch a sunset. I am not a morning person, and I will own that. But I do think that there is something about us this week just starting to feel that experience of inspiration so that we are motivated. We are halfway through the year, and I think it's finally settling in for all of us on 6/11 to 6/18. I think that we have a new moon coming up on Sunday, okay, the 18th, and that's going to be a new moon in Cancer, which is that watery energy, that is that emotional energy, that is the sensitivity. And so right now, let yourself experience your inspiration from a sensitive place. Okay. So be in the movement of the things that keep you towards your dreams. Be in the movement of the things that keep you towards your dreams. So if you are in a stagnation, or if you are moving to things that don't really help to support your dreams and to keep you motivated, that's like wasted energy. That's what I would say. When you look at your chakras, you can look at them as this financial investment, okay? It's like you are your own banker of what energy you are putting in so that you can continue to grow. And so right now, allow yourself just one experience this week that helps you to keep going towards your dreams. And when I'm talking about dreams, I'm not talking about dreams for your partner. I'm not talking about dreams for your children. I'm not talking about dreams for anybody else other than you, because this is the energy that is in the solar plexus chakra, is the connection to self. So that's really important. All right, now this is where spirit is really hitting us on the truth as we moved up to the heart chakra. Big F word right here. I'm dropping the F bomb. I actually need to just cleanse the energy as I talk about this one. All right, okay, yeah, here we go. Cleansing that energy, because this one was big and I was like, all right, this is happening, spirit. I'm following your lead. I'm spirit led. And so here we go. Exactly. Electro Enchantments. An amazing soul to follow. Love you. Love seeing what you're doing. Forgiveness. I'm getting even choked up saying this one. I'm sensing that a lot of us have been holding on to some type of grudge this year. Something. I don't know if it's perhaps a particular person. This is a collective reading. This is a chakra forecast for this week. So this could be a personal, forgiveness for you, for yourself. You could be maybe forgiving yourself for being hard on yourself. It could be perhaps a person that you're working on forgiving. It could be also just an experience that you're holding on to, that you get to fully allow yourself the freedom to forgive. The freedom to forgive. The thing is that there's a lot of things that can sometimes happen to us that I am not saying that forgiveness is the answer. A lot of spiritual people will probably disagree with me. I have been through a lot of abuse, emotionally and physically, from men, from particularly even my bio dad, not my dad that passed away, that is my dad for all intents and purposes. And I remember being on this spiritual journey and just being like, okay, I'm ready to forgive so I could be free. And I just tried every day. That's the worst part about it, is I was forcing the forgiveness versus allowing myself to just be free. Just be free. You're not forgetting what happened to you. You're not excusing the behavior of perhaps the action of others. You're not allowing yourself to just bypass and say, I forgive and welcome open-handed. But some of us we're holding on to something. And this week, again, we go into the new moon on Sunday. And so this new moon is an opportunity for us to tap into that Cancer energy of that emotions and letting ourselves feel free. So if you've been holding on to a grudge, if you've been holding on to anything that just is, this is the thing, is this is coming through in the heart chakra. So this is the heaviness. This is the weight that we've just been carrying. That spirit is saying, listen, you don't need to carry that weight anymore. Okay. You don't need to, in this, like I said, it might be for yourself. It's some type of relationship aspect for sure, because this is coming through in the heart chakra, which is connected to our relationships. All right. So if you can relate to any of this, please feel free to put some love in the comments. If you have a hard time, perhaps, with forgiveness, please feel free to also put some comments. I'm so down to not just have this be, I'm talking and sharing this like chakra forecast, but an actual like engaged conversation. Yes, this is resonating 100%. Big time. I think that it's all just hit us that we're halfway through 2023. Don't think that happened last week. I think it's really happening and coming into the forefront for this week. Now, this is interesting that we go from shifting from forgiveness, okay, to now to the throat chakra. And I'm getting that right now. There's so many different connections with the throat chakra of listening, absorbing. But what I'm getting this week is really expressing. Getting ourselves to just share a truth with a dear friend. The art of the heart of expression will be nourishing for your soul this week. The art and heart of expression will be nourishing for your soul this week. And I'm not just saying, oh, like a truth of mine is that I really desire this thing. I think a truth that we could say is like, hey, this year has been really hard for me and I just need to share that. Hey, this experience, has just been really challenging. I'm just sensing that we keep going. Once again, we're running up that hill. However, there's an opportunity for us to share a truth with a friend that will help us to move forward. Because when we're holding it in, we're holding it in, we're holding it in. This is our permission center. When we express something, that's when we're actually saying, I'm ready to move forward and I'm ready to do the thing because I'm sharing it. If I want to get in a relationship, out of a relationship, if I want to quit a job, whatever it is, all of that has to be shared and expressed. But in a safe way is what I'm sensing this week. To get on the phone, call a friend, share a truth that you've been ruminating in your head that you just would like to get out. There's something about what I'm sensing is that doing this with a safe friend is also going to feel really good for them. And I'm sensing that when you share this with a friend, they're probably going to be able to relate to you 100%, and it's going to open up some type of dialogue. Okay. And so if this is resonating with you, if you know who that friend is, awesome. If you don't know who that friend is, just think about it, meditate with it. I have learned from my sister. She was really, really super intelligent in saying that, each of our friends kind of play a different role in our life. I know that there's certain friends that are really good for this, certain friends that are really good for that. And by actually being in that space, it's not to judge, it's actually to let go of expectations. And so that I can just enjoy that person for exactly who they are, right? And not feel like, well, I shared this thing and then they respond like that. Well, if that's a person that probably is going to do that, then that's maybe not the truth that needs to be shared to that friend. So it's really important this week to just know that the art and the heart of expression will be nourishing for your soul and also the other person that's receiving it. Yes, each friend has a different part in my life. Exactly. And then we go into the third eye. Now, this one's really interesting. We have a Mystic Monday event locally here in South Florida. And each month we pick a different chakra, and we always pick the chakra at the end of the event that we are doing. So it's like last month we were like, let's go to the third eye. It's never like planned. It's just the energy of what we're feeling. The third eye is my favorite chakra. It is. It's really is my favorite chakra. It's fun. I'm owning it. And so what I got, this is a big one from Spirit this week. So it's from 611 to 618, trust in the uncertainty. How does that even make you feel right now, me just saying that? Trust in the uncertainty. Okay? Because what I'm getting here is that if you could desire to be certain about one thing this week, what would it be? If you could desire to be certain about one thing this week, what would it be? And pay attention to it. I am struggling with this whole concept of YouTube, to be honest with you, being completely transparent. I personally feel that what I've learned, what I've heard from even just what I've done in my former career, it takes 7 years to like really even like monetize on this kind of vibe. Like literally, like I also, it's funny. I don't want to, how do I put this? I'm on different platforms. I'm on Instagram. I'm an Insight Timer. I don't want to do the same thing that I'm doing on those platforms here because that would be boring. It'd be like, okay, I just tuned into Jess on Instagram and she just was talking about the same thing. That's not what I want to do on YouTube. I have to let it form. I have to let it create itself. I have to really just say, what is going to be the inspiration? Because YouTube is a completely different audience. It's a completely different platform in the sense of people aren't coming here to necessarily learn about a chakra and a forecast, right? So the thing is that, you know, I get to play in that space and I get to create in that space and do it in a way that feels organic, right? And so let's just say time investment on social media and different platforms is definitely something on my mind lately too. Yes, because, you know, it's like the audience that I have on TikTok, I can be more goofy and fun and free there. You know, Instagram, I can be very raw and emotional because a lot of the people that I've connected with on Instagram, they actually personally know me. Insight Timer, I can go more advanced, right? Those are people that are coming there to meditate. They are learning from the best of the best. They have access to, you know, the top meditation teachers in the world. So my game has to be a little bit different there. YouTube, I don't know yet. All I know is that I feel called to start doing a chakra forecast on here. The other thing about this particular series is that I really want to interview people because I find that that's really exciting too. You know, interviewing people on YouTube and having that up versus on Instagram, that feels exciting, that it doesn't have to even just be spiritual work. So if I were, let's just take this YouTube example, and I totally had a disagreement with Joe. We're not like perfect, FYI, in case you thought that, but I had a disagreement with him about YouTube just before I came on here. And so this is great that I'm sharing this and being as authentic AF. Is that, you know, but if let's just say that I changed my vibration, right? Let's just say that I shifted that focus and I chose to just be certain that what I'm meant to attract on YouTube and how I'm meant to impact and influence and inspire, that it raised my vibration, that it helped me to even be, you know, inspired in new ways. Let's just say that I allowed myself, because this message is coming through in the third eye, to just trust in that uncertainty, to trust in the process. What would that look like if I could just sit here and meditate and just think about what audience am I bringing in? Who am I attracting? What is going to be the different vibration? What is going to be the different experience? And really mapping it out. That's the key in trusting the uncertainty, is not to just say, hey, I trust the uncertainty, but actually take time to really create what the uncertainty could be certain of. Right. And so that's the difference is not just saying, all right, I'm going to trust in the uncertainty. We hear all these spiritual teachers that are like, just cast the net and the universe will provide. Okay. Does that sometimes happen for people? 100% yes. Do I not believe in that concept? Completely, because that's you putting your energy and believing in something. But what's even more potent and powerful to me is what if I could visualize it? Because it's coming through in the third eye. What if I could activate a little bit of that clairvoyance? What if I could really see what is yet to have unfold? That's what I'm talking about. So this week, trust in the uncertainty, but make time to actually visualize it in your mind. Make time to write it down. Make time to smell it, to breathe it in. Make time to just really invest in what, if you could be certain about it, what would it look like? So take one uncertainty and just think, if you could be certain about it, what would that ultimate bigger picture be? That's the vibration to go to. That's when we talk about manifesting. That is energy matching a feeling. Okay. And the more that we take that energy and we match it to a feeling, that's where we are able to create. Okay. I love the third eye, so I really got into that one. Now moving up to the crown. The crown. Let me know if any of this is resonating with any of you. And please feel free to put in the comments. I'm here for it. This is a really big one. From the week of 6/11 to 6/18 in our crown chakra, which is connected to our higher source energy, to that faith energy. What I'm getting here is reestablish your faith. Reestablish your faith. Okay, this week. Get closer to the things that help you to feel more tuned into it. I think a lot of us this year, and now up to this week, have been perhaps dancing with the temperature of our environment, what's around us. That's why a chakra forecast is so important, because we turn on the news. Guess what? Your chakras are absorbing that. We are in our car. There's a, accident happens. Guess what? Your chakra is absorbing that. You walk into a room, you have a really weird feeling about somebody. Guess what? Your energy and your chakras are absorbing that. And so a lot of us right now have had our faith tested for many years, for not just like this week, but for many years. And now this year, it started to feel more hopeful. We all went into 2022 like, whatever. I don't even know what's about to happen. I'm out. We went into 2023 like, okay, you know what? I think that things are going to be a little bit better, but I'm still trying to figure this out, right? And so this week, it's really important to reestablish, what do you have faith in? What do you believe in? Okay. And not what you just have faith in and what you believe in, but really what you believe in that helps you to come into that crown chakra energy of having that sense of faith and connection. And so it's just, these are important tools. These are important things for us to just be aware of right now, wherever you are. So I'm going to open up the floor for any questions, concerns, comments, how this is resonating with you. I'll do a quick recap, really just, quickly. Root chakra, rest when you can this week. We're going to sense a little bit more of that fire energy. We're going to kind of feel motivated to get things moving. So it's important to balance out some of that energy with resting. Sacral chakra, declare one fear that you are going to release this week. And let it be attainable, not something that is like, if you have a fear of spiders, like I do, I'm actually getting so much better. Do not kill them at my house anymore. I gently put them into a cup and scream and release it. I don't kill it. I put it in the cup and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I gently release it while screaming. So we're still working that out. But I'm not going to just like get rid of my fear of spiders this week. So let your fear be attainable. Okay. That's in your sacral chakra. It's where we store a lot of our fears. This is going to be a part of that transformation. If you've been feeling a push-pull into transforming something in your life that's outside of yourself, okay, then this message is particularly for you, because the sacral chakra is the relationships outside of ourselves. So we've been feeling this push-pull of releasing this fear, but we haven't done it just yet. So many thoughts, trying to gather them all. Exactly. Solar plexus, allow yourself to experience inspiration for yourself this week. Okay. That's going to help you to stay motivated and to keep going towards your dreams. Heart chakra, big one, F word, forgiveness. I'm calling anybody out who watches this replay, who is on here right now. You perhaps have been holding on to some type of grudge. I know that I have in relationships. Right now, this is a week to just exercise that forgiveness. Okay. Because it's going to just help you to feel more free. So even if you're like, you know what, this week I'm not going to let self-judge. I'm going to forgive myself for being hard on myself, or I'm going to forgive that friend for what they did. You don't have to even really believe it. I know it sounds so silly, but like allow yourself to almost just, if you can, forget about it. And that's why there's some levels here. There might be some really traumatic stuff that you've gone through. Maybe that's not the one that you can just pretend to forget this week. Just one thing that's just been kind of weighing you down, that's not been allowing you to really kind of feel that sense of just like a breath, like taking a breath in. Throat chakra, share a truth with a friend this week, a real heartfelt truth. I'm feeling right now that source is telling you right now, my like spirit guides are saying to me that when you share this truth, the other person also needs to hear it. That's what I'm getting, is that by you sharing this truth, somebody else needs to hear that truth back. Third eye, trust in the uncertainty. This is a big one this week. So really right now, if you could be certain of one thing that you were uncertain about right now, that you really, really, really want to shift, because think about it. When we are out of alignment in our third eye chakra, what we're doing is we're holding on to patterns and ways of thinking that keep us stuck. We are holding on to patterns and ways of thinking that are keeping us stuck. And so what happens when we are uncertain? We are stuck in the uncertainty of that. So let's shift the vibration this week by actually really thinking about what is one thing that I can be certain about. And then the crown chakra, reestablish your faith. I think that is a really beautiful one, because maybe there's some things that you can reestablish that brought you faith, or that you can reestablish your faith in new ways. Perhaps like really having faith was like, I don't know, like meditation for you. Well, go beyond that. Reestablish like, okay, can I, amp up my meditation practice? Can I start incorporating crystals? Whatever that is. But this is a big week. Like I said, we have that new moon coming up in Cancer on Sunday, the 18th. We have Father's Day. Father's Day, I mean, I know I can't even imagine for Liz and for Joe, who just, lost their father and he's ascended. So much love there. So we're not talking about grief today, because we don't have to force anything. But the thing is that, the father energy, the masculine energy, is all about that strength and all about that determination. And so whenever that ancestral lineage of that father energy, that nurturing energy, that male energy, when we are in our divine masculine energy, we are releasing, we are allowing ourselves the strength, the determination. We are aligning with the energy of the sun. Okay. Whereas the feminine energy is really connected to the moon, however you identify yourself, right? But the moon energy is that intuition, it's that softness. And so there's this beautiful thing that's happening where we have Father's Day and we have a new moon in Cancer, which is all about that watery, that emotional energy. But we have Father's Day as well, which is like helping us to release some of those emotions. And so let's not just do it overnight, but let's actually allow ourselves the space to execute it day by day, each day. Maybe there's 7 days, there's 7 different chakras. So maybe you allow yourself to take this each day at a time, starting off wherever you feel called to the most, whether it be the heart, the third eye, the root, starting off in that space. All right, YouTubers, is there anything that anybody has to say or that you would like to ask before I go? Anything at all? I can pull a card if you'd like me to, but I'm going to bounce. Do we like the chakra forecast? Is that something that we'd like to see more of this on this platform? Again, I don't want to do the same things on all the platforms. Our card pull would be great. You got it. All right, loves. An amazing soul here who is one of my Reiki practitioners. All right, so let's just sum this all up. What animal is guiding us this week? Knew it was going to be a root chakra. I rebirth. This is obviously for my chakra and animal oracle deck that is currently sold out. I will be getting more, but this is council, inspiration, leopard, and root chakra. If this year has not been going for you the way that you desire to be seen, because the thing is with the leopard, okay, is they show their spots when they want to be seen. Right now, we want to be seen. You may have not perhaps last week, last month, but right now I'm sensing that there is a shift of energy where we want to be seen in a different way. that really grounds us and feels stable. Okay. And now we're being blessed by the leopard because in the shamanic culture, the cats, they eat up all the lower vibrations, right? And so this week, tune into the leopard. Take a picture of a leopard and put it on your screensaver. Take a picture of this right now, whatever feels called to you. We're rebirthing. We're halfway through the year. This is an opportunity for us to rebirth. Okay? For us to be seen, for us to feel inspired. Okay? If you've been kind of just like getting through this year, it's like, no, put your inspiration out there. Yes, I definitely started off this year a little quieter and my energy has shifted and I'm ready to take up space and express myself. Exactly. And so that's where we get to feel counseled. We get to feel inspired, but from a grounding place, not from this place of force, of feeling like we have to do something, but we get to rebirth. I mentioned this. I know that we were going to talk about grief today. That didn't happen. All good. The thing is that this, though, with every death comes an opportunity to rebirth. With every death comes an opportunity to rebirth. I know that I will never be the same person that I was when my sister was still alive. I know that I will never be the same person I was when my father passed, right? I know that Joe and Liz, if you're on here, you're not going to be the same person, right? And so it's this rebirthing that we go through because these are major pillars. These are major pillars. And so right now, even if you haven't lost somebody close to you, let yourself, when you think about the tarot cards even, and you think about death, people, who don't know, they get a little bit freaked out. But really what that is, it's an opportunity to change. And it's an opportunity to live a way of life that actually is living on that person's legacy and living on their energy. That's really what it comes down to. Yes, everything I've been speaking of about, by the way, your candles are beautiful. FYI, Electro Enchantments. They're amazing. Yes, everything I've been speaking up about on my page has been because I'm newly inspired. Right. Newly inspired. The things that inspired you last week could be very different than this week, or what you set out to do, it's different. That's what this whole year and this theme is about. So take this week from 6/11 to 6/18, rebirth some stuff, get a little bit more inspired. And I hope that this serves you well. And if it did, please please subscribe, share it with a friend. I think that this forecast is great for anybody who's not even super woo, because we all understand energy at the end of the day, chakras, energy, energetic vortexes, nobody can deny that. So, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you all on the other side. So just remember, when you are inspired, you are in spirit. Everyone stay inspired out there. Happy week of 6/11 to 6/18. All right. I don't know when I'll see you again because I don't know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it on here, but we'll figure out a schedule. All right. Love you all. Bye. I don't know how to end the stream. I don't even know how to do it. There you go. Oh, okay.